everyone, welcome to Nerd and Geek Life. I'm your host Chris, and it is once again time for a little story about the Star Wars canon. We've already discussed Naga Salo, we've discussed Great Daragon, now it's time for Grev, his sister Jori. Now Yori's story begins in much the same way as Grev's does. She is a human female born on the planet of Chorus Major. And just like Grev, she grew up there and she also suffered the tragedy of losing her parents. Now together with Grev, she inherited the Stormbreaker 12. When she found out her parents were in a lot of debt, she and her brother decided to go exploring and getting away from Chorus Major in the process. Now during this exploration, they came across the Sith Empire. There they were quickly captured by the Sith forces, but they were soon after liberated by the Sith Lord Naga Salo. Now Naga, sensing the force abilities of both Jori as well as Grev, took Grev as his apprentice. Jori refused his honor and she made plans to return to the Republic. Now it was at this point that the forces of Ludocrash attacked Naga Salo's fortress, where Grev and Jori were present at the time. In this battle, Jori was able to get on board Starbreaker and head back to Republic space. Arriving in the Republic system of Chorus once again, Jori found herself imprisoned by the forces of Empress Theta, who was the ruling monarch there at the time. She tried to get an audience with this Empress in order to explain the danger that the Republic was in from the Empire of the Sith. Now luckily for her, she did get granted the audience, and there were two Jedi Masters present, who of course remembered the Sith from their lore from long ago. Now they didn't have much time before Naga Shadow's forces, under the leadership of Great Daragon, came into the system. In the last-ditch effort, they were able to defend Chorus Prime, but not before there were several casualties. One of them being Arba the Hutt. It was with this Hutt that Grev and Jori were indebted. But still they had a good relationship with this Hutt. Now the Hutt, Arba, was killed by one of the bodyguards of Grev. And while Grev was standing over the body of his fallen quote-unquote friend, Jori came into the chamber and discovered what was happening. Jori blamed Grev for the death of their friend, and she disowned everything Grev stood for. Grev fled the scene, overwhelmed by emotions. Grev ran to the system of Primus Golut to face Naga and tell him he had a change of heart and order him to withdraw his troops from Republic space. Not soon after he went there, Jori and the Republic forces gave chase. It was there that they found Grev in the meditation sphere once occupied by Naga Shadow. Now Shadow was no longer there, but everyone there could see that he was conjuring up solar flares in order to envelop the meditation sphere, killing Grev in the process. Now after giving the Republic forces the coordinates to the Sith Empire so that they could finish the war, Grev reconciled with his sister Jori and died not soon after. Jori returned to Chorus Prime and she took over Arba the Hutt's repair docks. And in the end, this is where she stayed after the Hyperspace War was over. So that's Jori Daragon's story. And the next episode we'll be looking at the Great Hyperspace War in a whole. And after that it's probably going to be the end of the hyperspace story. I hope to see you all again. If you like this, please leave a thumbs up. Put a comment if you have something to add or something to tell about this. And be sure to subscribe to follow everything that we are doing here. As for now, it's goodbye from me.